I guess I've been lucky. I have an awesome DP. I was working on somebody else's film as an actress, and this guy was fast, he was efficient, and he was really quiet. And on my next film, I was looking for a new DP. And so I thought, well, let me talk to this guy. He came in, we spoke, I really liked his energy, I looked at his reel, I liked everything that was on there, and so I hired him. And I immediately told him that I had in mind that I wanted to shoot this like a Rembrandt painting. He went to the Getty and researched and looked at all these Rembrandt paintings, and he came back and he said, which era of Rembrandt paintings, because he changed in the course of his life. And I said, smart guy. I like this. Right there, it was perfection. And he said that he really loved that I had told him I wanted it to look like a painting because his mother was a painter. And it really spoke to him that that's what I had in mind. And it's interesting because one of my hobbies, I'm a painter. So that's how I often think of how I want my film to look. I often think of it as a style of painting. So that when it came time for me to actually step out and do my own stuff, it wasn't that difficult. Now, I had a mentor who'd been a filmmaker and he'd made about 10 films. Yeah, I had help. You know, I went and filmed my first scene and he was there. This was like no budget. This was like I had my friends who were actors, and I would go out on the weekends, and I would shoot for a couple of days on the weekends and just grab locations, whatever. Handheld VHS camera. That's how I learned. And I sat in the editing room with him and watched him edit the entire film and helped him do it. So I learned how to edit, what the rhythm was. I learned editing hands-on, and so I edited my first film. Now, was I very good at it? No. But I learned how to do it. I learned everything by putting my hands on and doing it. So that when the time came that I hired all these people, I had an idea of what it was they were doing, or supposed to be doing. I know what looks good. I know what I want it to look like. I can communicate that to my DP. I know what I want it to sound like. I hire people that know how to do what they're doing, and then I just tell them what I want, and they do it.